All right, we are live. All right, good morning, good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are from. There is a chat feature on your right. Looks like we got people joining still. Shoot me a chat really quick. Make sure that you can see me. Make sure you can hear me. I want to make sure that all this is good. Don't want any technical difficulties while we're going through this. So someone shoot out a chat. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can see me, and we will get cracking. So you'll see a chat feature right on the right. And then we'll get started. Wait for a few more people to roll on in. Have quite a few people registered for today's webinar. So super excited about that. We have a lot of really awesome things that we just launched with the Zipi platform, and excited to share with you on how to unlock crucial data within your business. There's a lot of it, and there's many different ways to use that data to your advantage and work a heck of a lot smarter. You still have to work hard, but you're going to work a lot smarter at the same time. So again, use the chat feature. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you need me to repeat something, and we'll get started here just in a few minutes. Looks like we got more people rolling on in, and want to make sure that we get all of them engaged and ready to go. If you are not familiar with Zipi, go check it out, zippycloud.com. And you can sign in for a free, risk-free 30-day trial. So it's not going to do any harm to go in there, set up an account, and follow along with this webinar, and or just wait till after the webinar, sign in, and play around with the platform yourself. So more people are coming on board, and wait for them to get settled. Again, if you have the chat feature to your right, let me know if you can see and hear me okay. Want to make sure, otherwise you're just going to sit here watching me talk with no sound, and that would not be good. So let me type hello, make sure that's out there, and then we'll get cracking. Make sure this screen is all set up, ready to go. Got a Q&A section. Everybody should be able to chat. Cool. All right, give it one more minute and we'll get started. Waiting for more people to roll on in. Here, answer chat. Cool, 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 cool. Loving the new Webinar Jam interface. It's legit. I like it. All right. So let's get started. And we're going to start off with just some basic coaching and training around data. So Zipi is going to be the leading data management platform for businesses, especially for the real estate industry. Now, I've been in the real estate industry, a little background about me. So in 2008, y'all know the real estate market, or maybe you don't know, the real estate market was not up to par. We were probably in one of the worst economic recessions, especially in real estate. And I decided to quit a full-time job. I was in law enforcement prior. And August of 2008, I decided I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to go into real estate. So that's what I did. I literally just packed up, walked in, 30-day notice, quit a secure job, paycheck, retirement, benefits, all the good stuff, and dove into real estate. Knew hardly anything about it, did it part-time for a few years, and sold a few homes here and there. But I wanted to dedicate 100% of my time to it. And once I did that, I was able to focus 100% of my energy on selling real estate. One of the things that I did right away was I built this massive spreadsheet. Well, it wasn't massive at first. It was actually pretty small. But it tracks some of the key things that I wanted to track from a real estate business standpoint. What do I have in the pipeline? What's the potential sale or list price of this property? How much commission am I potentially going to make on this? And then once I started getting my commission checks, then I started looking at it going, okay, well, 3% of this amount does not equal what's on my check. So, you know, I know my manager went through splits and royalties and fees and caps and all this other fun stuff. So I wanted to really identify and make sure that I knew how I was getting paid. And if you're familiar with like the DISC assessment, I'm a very high D, high I, if you couldn't tell. And, you know, typically they tell you, oh, you're not a numbers person. You're not a numbers person. I am a numbers person. And I wanted to look at the numbers. Now, could I sit there and be a bookkeeper? Love bookkeepers. Could I sit there and be a bookkeeper for 8 hours a day? No, it would not look good. My office would be a disaster, and I'd probably have a drinking problem. So I'm not a numbers person in that regard. I am a numbers person when it comes to knowing what's going on in my business. I'm a numbers person when it comes to knowing how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, and how to be more efficient with my business as well. So when you look and think of numbers and you think of data, don't overcomplicate it. So going back, I started building this spreadsheet that was going to track my business for me. And then I started breaking it down. Well, if I make 3% of X, how much is my commission check going to be? Not my GCI, my commission check. So after splits, royalties, fees, did I cap, did I not cap, did I wrap, did I not? So all these different variables go into calculating a commission check. So we had to take all of that into consideration I had to take that into consideration when I built this spreadsheet, because I wanted to know down to the penny what I was getting paid. And the greatest thing was that when I got my commission check, I audited my commission check against my spreadsheet. And guess what? There were errors. Okay. Not that my broker or the bookkeeper or comp controller was trying to pay me wrong on purpose. There's a lot of transactions going through a brokerage at any given day time, and there's a lot of numbers exchanging hands. So with this spreadsheet, I was able to go and say, okay, well, my commission check is inaccurate, and this is where I think the error is. And 10 times out of 10, I was right. And that was, I remember the controller going to me and saying, you're the first person in about 3 to 4 years that actually corrected me on a commission check and was dead on accurate, like down to the penny. And so I knew my numbers, I knew what my commission check was, and I knew what it should be. So it was easy for me to plan out, okay, business planning. It was easy for me to plan out exactly what I was going to make per week, per month, per quarter, per year, and set my goals on realistic numbers, because I was working with my true net, not the GCI. Okay. And a lot of agents in our industry set goals against GCI, which you can, but you also have to look at and go, okay, what other variables am I not considering to my true net? Because I know many real estate agents, I've coached many real estate agents, I've managed many real estate agents, teams that do this massive amount of production, and they're still broke at the end of the year, because they have to go pay for taxes. They have to reinvest in their business. They have to pay for their dues. They have to pay for marketing. They have to pay for staff. And all these things weren't budgeted. So this is why data is important. And with data, you're able to work a heck of a lot smarter. And I'll show you as we walk through the system on how that is possible, because once you start tracking data and you start tracking information, you can see what's working. So as an example, when I go on this big health kick about 3 to 4 months ago, and the first thing my trainer did was, all right, let's get your numbers. Let's get your body fat percentage. Let's get your weight. Let's get your lean body mass. Let's get your numbers. Let's get your data. Let's get a complete overview of your business as a body. Okay. And the problem is not a lot of people in our industry, in the real estate industry, are doing this because they're not doing a complete wellness check of their business. They're not looking at their numbers. And there's various reasons why. There could be they don't know how. They don't have the right tool. Hint, hint. Or they're lazy, or they don't want the answer, right? Because numbers are going to tell you the truth. If I'm overweight and I'm not in shape, do I really want to step on the scale to be told what I may already know? Probably not. The sad thing is, I was just telling somebody this, I had coffee with this morning. Hi, Michelle, if you're watching. So we were talking about this morning, and it's amazing how many people will go golfing and they'll track their numbers. They're going to track their numbers because it's a score. They're competitive, but they're not going to track numbers in their business. Why? I don't get that. So, if they want to get healthier, you have to track your numbers. If you want to get out of debt, you have to track your numbers. If you want a better relationship, you got to track your numbers. I understand that probably sounds funny. Relationships are a lot about time, right? So am I investing in enough time? Do I need to invest more time? Some you may invest money, who knows? But we'll leave that alone. So we're going to dive into this really quick. I wanted just to give you a little bit of background about me and how I got into real estate and how Zipi even became to be what it is today. Is because when I started real estate, I needed to track my business. I had to understand what was going on so I could work smarter. Because if I knew what my averages were, I knew that if I bumped up my averages, I'd make more money. I knew that if I focused on this, I could do more production and I would make more money. So various different things of why tracking your numbers is absolutely crucial. And there could be overkill. You can have so much data on a spreadsheet and you're looking at it cross-eyed like, okay, do I need all this data? Do I need to look at this data all the time? What data do I need? And that's another question. Like, what data do you need and what should you be looking at? You know, if you're trying to get a debt or you want to make more money or you want to lose weight, no matter what it is, it's a gradual compound effect, right? Darren Hardy, genius book. If you've never read The Compound Effect, go read it. It has a lot to do with what Zipi is about. And it's the compound effect. It's the little things that you're doing, but you're tracking and seeing and understanding what's happening in your business so you can make proper adjustments. Okay. So again, chat feature, let us know if you have any questions and we'll be here answering your questions. So shoot them out, slow me down. As you can tell, I talk fast. I only want to take about 25, 30 more minutes of your time to walk you through this completely robust platform that's going to be a game changer for your business. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. So, and again, on the offer column, right, or maybe it's this side, you're going to see a risk-free 30-day trial. Go in there and test drive the crap out of the system and see how it's going to impact your business. So go check that out. Click on the right. There's an offer right there. And it's for everybody who's live on the webinar right now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to dive into this sucker. All right. So again, if you have questions, let me know. So I'm going to share my entire screen with you guys. Dun, dun, dun. You're going to see a whole bunch of things there. All right. So let's get crack-a-lacking onto Zipi. So Zipi, this is our demo account, and you should be able to see the dashboard. So this is the first thing you're going to see when you log in. Now, this has been customized and set up in a way that you can do the exact same thing. And we're going to come back to the dashboard. So I just want you to be aware that we're going to come back to this. So don't feel like if I click away, I didn't see everything. Nope, we're going to come right back to this thing, okay? But I said we're going to walk you through the platform A through Z. And that's what I want to do. I want to take you through the system and show you, one, how to set up your account, how to add team members if you have team members, how to add agents if you're a broker looking at this and going, hey, this is a great solution for my company, which it is. This platform is perfect for agents, whether you're brand new or a veteran in the business, if you run a real estate team or you run a real estate brokerage, even if you're a coaching company, this is going to be a great platform for you. And we're also looking at partnerships and working with bookkeepers and bookkeeping companies that are that their purpose is to service the real estate industry, whether you're a broker, a team, or individual agent. Bookkeepers, this is huge. So let's start off with your profile. So as you go, we're going to look at the screen really quick. You're going to see the home button. You're going to see notifications, which you'll see a little red number there if you have a notification. This little hamburger thing, this is what we call a hamburger. You can click on this and it'll show you exactly what these are, or you can minimize that and just see those icons. Okay. We're going very basic, very granular here for a minute. So click on the hamburger. You can see exactly what these icons mean. You can go to the right. Now, when you set up your account, if you choose to create a login, you can choose to create a login. And let me go show you that real quick. I'll show you this really quick. So when you go to the site, you go to zipicloud.com. And we'll start at the very beginning. You go to sign up. And within here, you're going to get your risk-free 30-day trial. You can put in first name, last name, account name, email address, password, and repeat your password. Continue. Boom. And you're ready to go. Okay. Super, super, super simple. So now once you log into your system, you can see your account name right here. if you chose to name it. To your right, you're going to see the email address of the account owner, which would be you, then your name. And then if you click here, you'll see account details. So you can go in there and change your first name, last name, or your login credentials if you need to, just by hitting edit and save. Okay, basic stuff. Or if you click the home button will take you right back here to the dashboard. So let's start with the profile. Okay, any questions so far? Shoot us up on this chat feature or a Q&A, and we'll get to it. So the first thing is access. You're going to see change email. Do you want to change your email address here? No. Do you want to leave this company? You have this feature. If say you're part of another company, you want to change this company, you could. That's just there, and it'll switch your account for you. Next, commission. So this is your commission profile. So if you're an individual agent or you're on a team or brokerage, this is where you're going to start as far as where your profile and your commission breakdown is. So you're going to see what is your default commission profile. You're going to hit edit. And in here, you can say, do you pay a per transaction commission split to your office or broker? Okay. If it's no, you check no. If it's yes, you check yes. And you put in your percentage. If you're on a 80-20, 70-30, 60-40 split with your broker, you're going to put the percentage and the amount in here that you're paying your broker or your office. Okay. That's not the amount you're keeping. This is the amount that is going to your broker. And then if you're on a capping system, are you part of a system that has a cap or a wrap, whatever they want to call it? And you can put that in here. And then you put in your anniversary date. So you're going to put in your anniversary or start date that is relevant to this cap. So you want to put that in there. And then you hit next. The next section is, do you pay a per transaction royalty percentage to your company? Okay. Now, franchises are going to have royalty or admin fees, whatever they want to call it, and you find out what that percentage is. So do you pay a per transaction royalty percentage to your company? If it's yes, you put the percentage in there. Now, this section, take this value based on sale price. You'll see this little arrow, this little question mark. This royalty percentage will be calculated against the sale price of the property versus the GCI. Okay. So what that means is if you check this no, the 6% will be calculated off the GCI. If you hit yes, the royalty will be calculated against the sale price. Okay. So several Remax models, Remax franchise models, their royalty percentage is based on sale price, not GCI. So really, that's the only model that I'm aware of or that we're aware of that does that. So confirm that if you are part of the Remax model, that is in fact accurate for you. Next thing is if you have a cap or a wrap on your royalty, you put that in there along with an anniversary date for this cap. Next, step 3. So this is where we start talking about budgeting for taxes and business expenses. Now, our system's not going to take the money out of your commission check and go put it into a separate account, which that may be a good idea. I know I could sure use that. So what this means is, do you want to budget a percentage out of each transaction for taxes and business expenses? So basically what it'll do, and it'll show you here in a little bit, is that it'll say, great, whatever your commission check is, it's going to take out and at least illustrate and show you that 25% for taxes or whatever amount it is you want to put in there is you should really allocate that and put that into a separate account. So that way you're budgeting for taxes, right? If you're in real estate, you're watching this right now, guess what time it is? It is almost tax time, right? It's almost tax time. And I am praying and hoping that everybody has a tax account, because if they crushed it last year, that's great. If you pay taxes, that's great, right? It sounds weird, but it's great. It's a great mindset to have, because if you're paying taxes, it means you made money. But you also need a budget for those taxes and make sure that you have the money. So this way you're not starting this year working your tail off to pay for both years' taxes. Hashtag my first year in the business. So, and then do you want the wizard to budget for business expenses as well? You have to reinvest in your business. You want to reinvest in people, in personal growth, in training, in marketing, in advertising, in signage, whatever it is. You want to reinvest back into you and your business. So you have to budget for that out of every commission, right? So your business is paying for itself. Next, and then you hit save. And you can see right here that you have a preview. So you're going to see a preview of everything you just entered. Make sure it's accurate and hit save. All right. Next, we'll get to associations here in a little bit. We will come back to that. But once you have your commission profile set up, you're good to go. Now, I'm going to take a step into, you saw, I'll open this up. That was our profile. Now, in our company, so if you are running a business and you're not an individual agent, you're running a team, you're running a brokerage, a coaching company, whatever that may be, you're going to see groups and commission profile. Okay. Everybody will see users and licenses and settings. If you have a business plan or enterprise plan, you'll see groups and commission profile. The commission profile is it's for the default commission profile for everyone underneath your account. Okay. So it's the same thing. So you can go in here and set up a commission profile. So when you add team members, this is going to be the default commission profile. So that way team members don't have to go in and set it up. It's just the default for everyone under your umbrella. Okay. So that's what that means. So if you go under company, you're going to see commission profile. That's for your company. If you go to profile and you see commission, that is for you specifically. Okay. So let's go to company here really quick. And you're going to see here users and licenses. Now, this is going to be everybody that you're going to enter to be on your team. And it takes less than 30 seconds to add someone, probably less than that. You click create new, you put in their email address, first name, last name, and then you choose. Okay. We're going to have two different options for agents, teams, for licenses. Are they going to be a free license? And I'll explain what that is. Or are they going to be a user? So a free license is someone under your account where you're going to be able to create and associate deals and transactions to. But if they are marked as free, this person is not going to have an account. They're not going to have an actual login and capability to go in to view their account. Basically, if you're a large brokerage and you want to track everybody's information, or a large team, and say that other agents aren't going to log in to use it, or you want to have complete control and just show all the deals on your end, this way you'll be able to add them as a free user and associate transactions to them. Okay. User, when you select user as a license type, you're going to see all these permissions that are now available for you to select what permissions you want for this team member, whether it's an administrative team member, a buyer's agent, listing specialist, showing agent, doesn't matter. You can go in and create all these different permissions for different user types. Again, email, first name, last name, and then you go through the permissions. I want to view my own deals. So do you want this person to be able to view their own deals? Yes. Do you want them to create their own deals? Yes. Do you want them to allow to edit their own deals? Yes. Do I want them to be able to delete their deals? No. Okay. And you can give them access to delete deals. They may make a mistake and they may want to go, oh, I made a mistake. I need to delete that deal. Fine. You can go and say, I'll give them the capability to delete. Now, this next line is going to be for your admin, for your managers, for maybe a coach, whoever it is that's under your account. You want them to be able to view all account deals. So from this user list right here, you want this person to be able to see all deals within your account, okay, and all team members' deals under your account. Do you want them to be able to create a deal? Do you want them to edit? Do you want them to be able to delete? Yes. View detailed deals report. I will show you this as soon as we get to reports, but just remember, view detailed deals reports. We have a summary deals report and we have a detailed deals report. So I will show you what it means when you turn that on or off. Manage users. Again, this is for an admin or team leader, somebody that you want that can come in here and manage these users in your account. They'll be able to have access from their account and make any changes or edits to a user. Do you want them to manage your account? This is, do you want them to be able to delete your account? Right? This button right here is crucial access. This is somebody that you trust wholeheartedly, whether it's yourself, hopefully you trust yourself, and or somebody else, because they're going to have complete control of this account. Next is manage groups. You see groups here. We're going to get to that next. Do you want the person underneath or whoever you're setting permissions for to be able to manage groups? And I'll show you what that is next. Create associations. We'll get to associations. Remember, that was back in the profile. Associations are being able to associate with other people, other users outside of your company or organization. So say if you want to associate your transactions to someone else outside of your organization, or you want to be able to see transactions in somebody else's pipeline or on their deal board, you create that association, right? It could be an accountability partner. They're going to have very limited access, but they'll be able to see it. And then view sub-companies data and create sub-companies. We'll get to that here in a little bit. But as you'll see up here, when I click on my account up here, I can go in and create and add another company. So as example, this is great for brokers or franchises who just want to keep everything clean under one company, but keep data separate. You can go in and create another company, or say if you have other types of companies in that you want to really manage their data, you can go in there and add a company, and it's very easy to have one login for all your different companies. So when you allow somebody to view or create sub-companies, that's what that means. So then once you have all the permissions set, you hit invite, and then they're going to get an invitation. You're going to see here that the user has been invited, and once they accept it, you're going to see that that user is now active. Okay. Now, if it's a person that you have in here that's, say, a free user, then you're going to see that it's a free license, and they're not going to have an actual login. But you can simply go in and edit somebody and hit edit and click user to free or free to now a user. Free is exactly what it states. You're not paying for that person. User, as soon as you mark them as user and change their permissions and hit save, you're now going to get billed for that user. So just keep that in mind. The next thing with users and licenses is when you click on the three buttons over here, the three dots, you see several different options. Edit default commission profile, suspend, or delete. Now you can suspend somebody's account, and that means that their account is not deleted. It's suspended. It's going to retain the data, and it's going to keep all that information there for you. If you delete this person is going to have absolutely no access to their account, and their data is now going to be deleted. So, and then edit, when you click edit, you're just being able to go back in to change from either free to user, user to free, and update their permissions. And then the next thing is edit default commission profile. So even if you changed or you set a commission profile for your team, for your company, for your brokerage, whatever, you can go in and hit edit default commission profile for this specific person. So now I can go in and say, well, this person, I'm going to change their commission split and their cap, whatever that looks like. I can change that here. So you can actually go in and change a user's commission profile on the user and license section. Okay. So let's go to groups. And then we're going to start getting into the fun stuff, I promise, the groups. So the groups got some questions coming in. Sweet. Love questions. So groups, this is where, unlike a sub company, so if you wanted to add a company to your account, it's a completely separate dashboard, completely separate deal boards. It's another account within an account. Okay. Now a group you can go in and say, I want to create a group, and I'll show you why this is important when we get into the deals and the dashboard and the reports. So when you go into groups, you can say, well, I want to name this group LLC, and I want to name this group Sacramento, or Austin, Texas, or Portland, Oregon, whatever it may be. You can go in and create different groups based on several different criteria. If you want a geographic location, if you want a production standpoint, if you want teams, this is great for expansion teams that are expanding and they're growing within their organization. You can create groups, so it's going to basically separate out the data automatically for you based upon the user. So this is phenomenal for brokers, for franchises, for expansion teams that are growing. Okay. Now it's simple. You name it, and you select the users that you want within this group. Hit save. Super simple. Okay. So now that you created your groups, and you can create as many groups as you want, right? Last thing in here is settings. Settings is just basically see the name of the account. That's all that is. You can change the name of the account if you would like to. All right. Let's dive into the meat and potatoes of the system. That's the basic stuff. So that way you understand the basics of the system and how to set up the platform. Now let's dive into the fun stuff. Okay. So when we go to deals, so I'm going to open up the hamburger here so you can see the titles of every one of these icons. So we're going to start with deals. So deals is where it's just fun to look at because it's got a bunch of colors. It's got names of people. It's got property addresses, close of escrow dates, and it's got dollar signs. What up? That is just awesome, right? So you get to see what's in your pipeline. You get to see how much money is potentially, how much revenue is coming into the business, right? You want to see that. You want to be able to forecast that and project that. Most people in our industry love instant gratification. This is the second best thing to instant gratification and being able to take a buyer or a seller and close them within an hour. This gives you an idea of what's in the pipeline, right? I know my wife, when I first started in real estate, even a few years into it, what's in the pipeline? We got bills to pay. What do you got going on? We want to, how's our budget looking? What's our income look like? So this really helps with that. It helps bring the people in your world into your business. It helps them understand what you're doing. Because if, as a real estate agent, your family, whoever, your significant other may not know what you do on a daily basis. When you show them this, they understand, right? They understand what you're doing. They understand what you're working towards. They understand that you're filling your pipeline. They can see the potential amount of money that you're going to make and bring to the table. And not only that, it's going to show you GCI all the way to your true net, after splits, after taxes, after business expenses, whatever you budget for. So you can actually see, this is how much money we're going to take. This is how much money we get to keep while I'm still budgeting for business expenses, taxes, and all that other fun stuff. Okay. So now that you're on your board, now you're going to see here, I've titled these ones My Deals, Company Deals, LLC Group, and then I can create a new board. Now, if you have the business or enterprise plan, you're going to be able to create as many boards as you want. If you're on the essential plan, which is great for like that solopreneur, that individual agent, you're going to have one board because you most likely are not going to need more than one board. I like creating different boards for different reasons. So this is the deal board. So this is my deal board. You can click this little filter button and you're going to see, this is going to show me all my company deals and the net. And I'll show you why this is important. The net is by user, not by company. Okay. And then it's sorted by status. And I can also go in and filter by a keyword. I can click this little arrow and say, I just want to see my closed deals. I just want to see my pending deals or my active deals or my leads or my buyer leads or my pending leads, whatever it looks like. It's responsive. It's super quick. It's awesome. And then I can click this pencil and I can go in and edit it. So view mode, I can say, I want it by me specifically. I want it by my entire company, or I want it by custom. And I'll show you some of these different settings when I get to these different boards. And do I want to show net? Do I want to show net by user or by company? If you're a broker and you're watching this, this is why this is important. If you click company, you're going to see that the net is not the amount that's going to the agent. It's going to be the net amount that's coming to you as part of a company split. Okay. So that is the amount of money coming to you as part of a company split. You can say, I want to filter this board by source. I want to show archived transactions. Yes, no, or only archived. I want to sort by status or the lowest close of escrow or the highest close of escrow date on top. I can set my date range. What do I want to see on this board from when to when? And then I can filter by keyword if I wanted to. And then I can also choose status and type filters. So I can hit done. So now that I have the board, I can see what's in it. So when you open up a transaction or you go to create a new transaction, I'm going to open up this one so you can see it. Okay. So when we go into it, when we go create a deal, you're going to see address, city, state, zip. And here you can go and add a picture if you'd like to. Go in and add a picture of the property if you would like to. And you can add an external deal URL. What this means is, say you want to add your marketing website for this listing. Put your URL in there so you have a quick reference to it. Right? If you need to get to that marketing site, you want to promote it on Facebook, you want to send it out to somebody, put it here so it's an easy way to get access to it. We've had users, teams, companies put in a Google Drive link for a document, right? If it's an offering memorandum for a commercial property, put that link in here so that way you have it and you have a quick access point to it. You do not even have to open up the deal to get to this URL. It's awesome. I'll show you where you can do that. The next thing is this a buyer or seller? So you get to choose buyer or seller. And then next is this a dual agency? Are you representing both sides of the transaction? What we want to do is make data entry simple for you. So you're going to click dual agency. Once you finish saving this deal, we will create another one with buyer or seller type. It's going to take all this information, duplicate the transaction for you, so you don't need to go in there and enter the same data again. You just have to go in there and maybe update the commission percentage or the communication aspect of it and the client name. But this way it'll create 2 different transactions in the system for you. Okay. And then your status: lead, active, pending, closed, dead deal. So those are the basic transaction status types. And you want to track dead deals. I'm going to coach here for a second. You want to track dead deals also because you want to see if there's one particular source that's providing you with more dead deals. It's an opportunity to correct that. Okay. Source of business. You can go in there and add as many sources as you want. And if you import your deals into here from another system, if you're leaving one system and you want to get on with Zipi and you want to import those deals, it'll also create the source of business for you. But you can go in there and simply create a source by clicking on the plus button and going in and start adding a whole bunch of sources, and it'll filter it out for you in alphabetical order. Right? You're welcome. That was more for me because I'm just, I need it in alphabetical order for me to easily find it. Then you put in your sale price or list price, and then close of escrow date. You can archive this, which will clean up your deal board. It'll still count towards your numbers, but you can archive it. So this way it's cleaning up your deal board, but it's still going to count. And then we have additional fields. Now, additional fields: contract date, list date, acceptance date, original price, expiration date, MLS ID. All this is information that you're going to need to know at some point. And there are also metrics that we can use for reporting to you, right? So if you want to improve your list date to acceptance date, if you want to improve your original price to sale price, these are all metrics that you're going to want to track and understand. So this way you can operate a more efficient business and get more done, make more money in less time. Does that sound good to everybody? I know that I want to make more money in less time, and that is the goal. And that's what numbers and data management and insights is going to help you do. The next thing is deal owner. So you're going to go in there and see deal owner. So Jesse Garcia Demo is a deal owner of this particular transaction. Now, this is where the fun happens. This is where the numbers and the back-end calculations and the algorithm come into play and just wow you. Okay. So when you enter your commission, I'm going to say, great, my commission is 2.5% on this deal of sale price. Or say it's a transaction where, I'm just going to make 15 grand amount of the sale price flat fee. It's just a flat commission percentage, right? So we'll use 2.5% for this example. And then you can say additional income. For whatever reason, I'm getting a bonus of $100 on this transaction. I'm paying out a 25% referral fee to an agent who presented me with this opportunity. And then a team member split. So here's the great thing. You can say, I have a team member that my buyer's agent did this with me 50-50. I had a showing specialist on this transaction too, so we're going to kick them down 10%. And then I had someone that I was gone. They held an open house for me, so I'm going to kick them down with $200 and just flat fee. Okay. And then I'm going to say, great, additional fee. I have an admin fee of say $100, and I have a TC fee of say $300. I can hit refresh, and it's going to show me down to the penny with everything line item taken out what my commission is actually going to be. After taxes, business expenses, my true net, right? This is powerful if you're in business. This is a must have if you are running a real estate business. Even if you're by yourself, on a team, run a brokerage. These are numbers that you need to know. Okay. And you're going to see deal cards for every single person that you added to this transaction. Okay. This is going to be one of those things that's just a game changer for your business. Trust me. And then you can say communication. The date I first contacted this person, last contacted them, my client name, Joe Daddy, their phone number, their email address. And then we've even added an audit history. Okay, the audit history. Why did we add that? I'll tell you why. Because You may have a big team and you have a lot of cooks in the kitchen that are going to be handling these transactions for you. It's going to tag and create a log of what was done, on what date, at what time, by who. So this way, you know if something was changed, you know who changed it and when. Okay. And then you hit save changes and you're good to go. Now, several people have asked me, so if I add a team member to my transaction, do they get to see everybody's commission splits and their deals and all that? No, they get to see their own. Okay. If you're the account owner, you get to see everything. If you're the administration, you get to see everything. If I'm an agent on a team or I was associated to a transaction as a team member, I only get to see me. I get to see just my transaction and my breakdown. Okay. And I'll show you what that looks like. So when you go down, you're going to see deal owners, Jesse Garcia demo. I get to see team member. I get to see everything on this deal card. Now, if I'm the other agent and I'm Jesse Garcia team member, this is all I'm going to get to see. I don't get to see multiple deal cards. I get to see just my deal card. And it's broken down very simple. Commission, my split off of this transaction. They can go in and add any additional income. They can go in and add any additional fee. They can refresh this to see what their true net is going to be. Okay, so they go through and they can see just the bare minimum of their transactions or of their deal and their commission breakdown. And then so as you scroll down, you'll see that it's color coded: pending, active, lead, and closed. You're going to see these dates in red. Those mean that it is obviously past the date of the close of escrow date that you set. Now, does that mean it's set in stone? No. You open up the transaction and you update the date. Plain and simple. Update the close of escrow date, hit save. One other thing I want to point out in a transaction, in a deal, is that you get to go in and say, let's say Zipi demo left your team. They left your company and they're no longer in charge of this transaction. Scroll to the bottom and you can see change owner. I can now change the owner of this transaction and select whoever I want to take on this transaction. Okay. And then you hit save and it'll change the deal owner of this transaction. And then they'll be able to log in, they'll be able to see it. And now they're in control of that deal. Okay. Now, as we move forward, you can scroll down and see that the closed, you're going to see these little coins. So if it's green and closed, it means that great, you went in and you changed the status to closed. If you see the little green coins within the closed status bar, you're going to see that this box is paid, is marked. Now, why is that there? Several brokers, several teams, whoever it is, even individual agents. Did I get paid on that deal yet? Did I get my commission check on the deal yet? And so what this allows you to do is once you receive your check, verify it in Zipi, make sure that it's accurate down to the penny. And then once everything looks good, you're going to check is paid. And then you can hit save and it's going to lock out that transaction. It cannot be edited anymore. Nothing could be changed. You can't go in and change the escrow date, the sale price, the commission, even the client name. It's locked. And the reason is because now you're verifying that everything is accurate. And the last thing we want is someone to go in there and change it. So that's why it's locked. But you can simply scroll down and see, okay, paid on that deal, paid on that deal. All these have closed and we either have not got paid or haven't updated it. Okay. Now, stepping back for a second, remember I had you add a URL, a link, a www link to that transaction. See this little box right here? This is that link. So if you're scrolling through and you're like, oh, I need to get that Lone Tree document, I can simply click on that and it's going to take me to the link that I stored in there in a separate window. Whether it's a document, whether it's the marketing site for this particular listing, whatever it is. It's going to be right there with that link. And then I can say, I want to company deals. Now the company deals, I can create a dashboard for company. So this means that say if I want a deal board, I'm going to go back for a second. Say my deal board, this is for agents. I want to see the agents on my team or in my company. I want to see the net amount of money they're going to get. The company, I can go in and I'm going to see here net by company. The other one said net by user. So if I go in and edit, it's going to show net by company. And I could even say, I just want to see the deal owners. Like if I'm in charge of the deal, I just want to see the deals that I'm in charge of. But if I hit company, it's going to show me the net to my company out of company dollar, out of that office split. And you're going to see zeros. And what does that mean? It means that that agent, if you're on a capping model, that agent already capped and there is no revenue coming in off this transaction into your company, right? Into your office. And then I can create a deal board by group. Remember, we set up a group, LLC, LLC SAC, LLC Austin, whatever it is. And I can go in there and create a deal board based on a group. And it'll only show me that group's deals. Okay? I think we're good on questions. I think we're answering everybody's questions. Great. So now we're going to go to reports. So in reports, this is where you get to go in and start creating as many different reports as you want. Okay. You can create a report for a week. You can create a report for a day. You can go in and create a projection or forecast report for the next month, for the quarter, for the year. You can go back and say 2017 deals and 2017 data broken down by week, quarter, month, or year, and start comparing data. Okay. So let's look at company production October 17. Or let's look at something a little bit more meat to it. Company production year to date. So if I click on that, I'm going to see company production year to date for 2018. And I can see here's how many deals were actually closed. And this is based upon the criteria. Let me take a step back. So when I go in, I'm going to see company production year to date. I can go over here to the three dots and hit edit. So when I hit edit, I'm going to say, I want this deal report. I want this report to show me my company production year to date for 2017 of just closed transactions of just Jesse's transactions or a company or a group, whatever it may be. You can sort it out. If I said I want it by group, I can choose the group I want to see this report for, or by my entire company or just me. Okay. Now I choose my date range and then I hit update and now it saves the report for me. So it's going to go in and show me my source of business. Here's how many deals or transactions we've closed in 2017 from Sphere, from friend, from past client. If I scroll down, it's going to show me how much revenue. Now revenue, this is going to be GCI. Okay. How much GCI was brought in from Sphere, from past client, from friend. See? And one of the things that you're going to notice is if you're tracking all your numbers that the amount of units you're closing, Sphere, friend, past client, may not be the same in order of revenue. Sphere, past client, friend. So even though I said I did the same amount of deals for friend and past client, I made more GCI from past client. And you're going to start noticing this as you start tracking more of your data and your deals, because you may get more transactions from one source, but you may net or you may gross more revenue from another source. And that's where you go back and look at it and go, well, how much is it costing us for this source, right? Am I investing 10 grand to make 5? Am I investing 5 to make 15, right? And this is where tracking your data helps you be more efficient, especially with your time and money. And then I can go and look at commission. I can see based on month. Great. October, November, December, GCI all the way down to net. And then when you go and you want to create a projection or a forecasted report, you can go in and say, I want to see my first quarter of 2018. It'll show you what's projected based upon closings, pendings, actives, leads, whatever criteria you want to set when you create this report. Now you look at production. How many units did we close? What's our total sales volume? What's our buyer-seller percentage? This is going to tell you what your business looks like in a snapshot based upon the criteria you set. And then average sales. Average list price, average sale price, average GCI, average commission. Now, why is this going to help you? Because this way, if you're in a market, say the average sales price in your market is 350 grand and your averages are 120 grand. Nothing wrong with that. You're selling real estate. Atta baby, there you go. Their issue is if you want to start making more money, you can intentionally go out and start focusing on a higher price point. and make more money without even having to work that much harder. It's the same amount of units. So you can go, instead of going out and closing $100,000 properties, I want to go focus on closing $500,000 properties. I need to adjust my lead generation. I need to adjust my marketing, right? And if you go average GCI, average commission, if the average commission in your area, right, commission is not standard, but if the average commission in your area stays 3%, and you notice that you're getting 2.5% on all your deals, right? Maybe it's time to learn better scripts. Maybe it's time to practice on not negotiating your own money away and learn better scripts, right? So these are different ways that you can really bring your business to the forefront and be aware of what's going on. Now, remember I said detailed report and summary report, and this is the permission. So a summary report, I can't even say that, summary report, is going to allow you to download this in a CSV file, which is going to be great because this way you can manipulate the data if you want to. So you go in there and you click summary report, and it's going to show you the basics of whatever this criteria was set for this report. Status, clients, property address, agent in charge, close of escrow, source. These are two things we're going to be adding here soon. Source, subsource, and subtype. Okay. And then sale price. From sale price to commission, it's going to calculate GCI, your net, and any additional income that you added on there. Okay. Now the detailed report, this is going to have a lot more information. Same 6 deals. We're going to open up this report, and you're going to see that's going to have more information in it in regard to the transaction. So basically from GCI, it's going to show you the referral fee percentage, team member, company split, royalty, subtotal, miscellaneous fee, pre-tax total, business expense, taxes, and your net income all the way down to the additional income again. So it's going to break down all of those numbers for you so you can see line item where that money is going and where it's coming from. Okay. And so you can see right down to your true net, down to the penny, what that amount is. And you can go in there and create many different reports if you'd like to in regards to current month, current year, current quarter, whatever it is. Is it forecasted? Is it past data? Create your reports. And you just hit create. You name it. You select what you want to see. Do I want to see just pending buyers? Do I want to see just closed listings? You can create as many different reports as you want. Piece of cake. And then let's go to the dashboard and we'll wrap this up. We're close on time. So the dashboard, this is all of your data combined for you, right? This is all of your data. You can go in there and create different boards like we did with the deal board. Now, if you're a business or enterprise user, you're going to be able to create multiple dashboards. If you're an essential user, you just need one board. Okay, so you can have one board. So again, you can go in there and customize your board and name it, and you select your widget. Do I want an average commission widget? Do I want an average price widget? Do I want a production widget, cap widget? So let me go through some of these with you really quick. So you're going to see source. So if I want to see just my pending sources for the current year of just pending deals, it's going to show me. Do I want to see my average prices for the years of closed transactions? So let me show you how you do this. So when you click on the settings wheel, you get to choose. I want just the current year for Jesse's transactions for pending. For my average price year to date, I want to click on the settings. I want to see my current year closed transactions for just Jesse. Or I can say I want to see it for the company. Or I can say I want to see this for the group. And I want to select this group and I want to see this person's data, average price year to date for this particular group. And it's going to show me. And I can say average commission year to date, average commission quarter to date, average commission month to date. And you can create literally 4 widgets for everything just based on the date range. And then you can go based on status, pending, closed, active, lead, dead deal. And then the production and the income are 2 of my favorites. And this is why. Because the income, when you click on the settings wheel, you can select a goal. You can set a goal. And you can say for the current year, quarter, month, or week, I want to net $100,000. And I need to make a GCI 200,000. And we're going to be rolling out a quick 1-page business plan that will show you these numbers. So I'm super excited about that. Keep that between us. That's a secret. We're going to be rolling that out, 1-page business plan that will put these darn near put these numbers in there for you. That's a good idea. They should just put your numbers in here for you based upon the business plan. So then you hit save. And then it's going to take the data from your account and show you where you're at for your goal. Year to date, quarter to date, month to date. Same thing with production. I can say, here's how many units we want to close. Here's our volume goal for closed deals, or how many pending I need at any given at any given point. And then a cap. If you're part of a capping system or a wrap, it's going to show you how close you are to capping, or did you already cap, right? You got to track that. You got to hold everybody accountable to making sure you get paid right. And then you can create different widgets. How many pending deals do we have going on right now? How many active leads do we have? How many closed deals do we have? And it's going to break all this down for you and create different dashboards. You can create different dashboards for groups, for companies, for different team members, for locations, for status. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. So you can go in there and create all this. So again, let's wrap this up because we're getting close to an hour. I'm super excited about these new features and what we're rolling out. And if you're like a bookkeeper, you're a transaction coordinator, whatever it is, what happens is you can also get access to your clients' accounts. And if they add you to their user license, say if they add Jesse Garcia at zippycloud.com to their user base, and I accept their invite, I can go and in my drop down, I can see everybody that's associated their account to me, so I can gain access to it for bookkeeping, for transaction coordination, from an administration standpoint. If it's outsourced, whatever it is, they can gain access that way. So again, guys, there's a 30-day risk-free trial. Take advantage of it. Go sign up for Zipi and start implementing this in your business, right? It's one of those things that data is going to be crucial. It's going to help you grow your business, net more money, increase productivity and profitability. Okay, 30-day risk-free. You don't even have to put in a credit card. Come on. I'm giving this away to you for free for 30 days. Literally, go in there. There's no risk. So go check it out. We have a support page too. Go to support.zippycloud.com. You'll see support links on our main site and chat with us. Send us a support ticket. If you have an idea and go, oh, I would love for Zippy to be able to do this, send us the idea. We're always looking at new ideas. My development team loves new ideas, and we love masterminding how to make this more efficient. We have some awesome integrations coming. And so real quick, we are working on integrations right now with two of the top transaction management companies in the country. And so this way, data is just going to flow freely from our system to theirs or their system to ours and eliminate that duplicate entry. And then we're going to move on to CRMs. We want to integrate with CRMs and be able to move data easily through these systems and make Zippy a complete business insight automated platform. So this way, we're ingesting all this data for you and showing you how to properly use it to make your business more efficient, more productive, more profitable. So guys, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we are going to get rocking and rolling. I want to thank you guys very much for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed this webinar, and I want to walk you through it. Or if you need to watch this again, I'll walk you through it again. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We're more than happy to schedule any kind of one-on-one demos for you. So this way you can see how we're going to use it. We can coach you around getting you onboarded into the system, your team onboarded. So check it out. Go to zippycloud.com, sign up for your 30-day risk-free trial, and let us know how we're doing. We want to make an impact in the real estate industry first and show them how to increase their numbers, how to use their numbers, how to really take advantage of data management and make more money. So guys, thank you so much. It means a lot because you joined me today, and cheers to your success and massive, massive production and profitability in 2018. Bye.